my God, I can't believe what I just heard. Even though travel is coming back, COVID is still screwing with us. So these are the top 5 things you need to know before you plan a vacation in 2021. And honestly, anytime you plan a vacation, these are the things you need to know to make sure you don't get screwed and have your vacation go terribly, terribly wrong. So what am I talking about? I have 5 things that you need to know before you plan any vacation. And it's most important in 2021 because of COVID. So yes, the world is opening, but COVID is still screwing with us on our plans. I just found out this new information today and I wanted to share it with you. So let me go ahead and dive in. Number 1, if you are traveling in 2021, there are a few things you need to know. COVID, even though we're starting to travel more, they're actually the people in the airports, the customs agents and the TSA and people like that don't know what the heck they're doing. And I mean, really don't know what the heck they're doing. There's so many different changes on a daily basis that they're not always able to keep up. So people are getting to the airport or getting into the customs line, and there's a confusion about what kind of tests are okay and what kind of verifications are okay. Some agents are taking the digital, your proof digital QR codes. Others want hard copies. So here's what you need to know. 1, right now they're saying the wait in the airport is about 20 minutes per person in the customs line when you get to your destination. 20 minutes per person. That's not just your party. That's 20 minutes per person in the entire line. So if there's 100 people in line, guess how long you're waiting? So you need to know there's going to be big waits. And as airline capacities increase, they actually are predicting that wait times could be upwards of 8 hours. So you really need to consider whether or not you want to be 8 hours in customs line, both coming and going, if it's worth it to you to do. And if it's not worth it for you to do, maybe wait until 2022 before you plan your vacation. But if you really want to go this year and you're okay with that, just plan ahead for that. Know you're going to be in line. Use the bathroom before you get in line. Bring snacks. Bring something to entertain you. Just know that that might be a possibility. All right. With that, because the agents really don't know what's going on, and some of them are accepting some things and some of them are accepting others, my next piece of that tip is to always bring hard copies. Print out everything you possibly have, whether it is your hotel confirmations, your airline confirmations, your negative COVID test, your vaccine records, anything that you can, print it. Because a lot of clients have been getting to the customs line and they don't take the QR code on your phone. They won't scan it. They want to see a hard copy. So make sure you're bringing everything hard copy. The other thing is, if there is something that you can do to help expedite the process, so whether it is signing up for the safe travel program for that particular country, or signing up, the EU Green Certificate is going to start being available hopefully to Americans here soon. If it's signing up for that, something that will help expedite things, definitely take advantage of those things and sign up for those things. Now, this isn't just for 2021. I have a feeling this type of thing is going to be effective into 2022. So make sure you're looking at those things when you're scheduling your vacation and planning a vacation anytime in the next 2 years. Now, speaking of COVID, once you plan your trip, so say you're planning your trip and you look at the COVID information today and you say, okay, as of today, this country I'm going to is wanting this test and there's no quarantine. Great. But once you plan your vacation, make sure you keep watching that information, because as we know, things are changing day to day. And you might plan it today, and in a month, that might change. There might be another outbreak or something might happen and things might change. And then you get to that destination and they turn you away. There have been people turned away a lot. Things are going wrong. So make sure once you plan your vacation that you're monitoring the COVID situation and always know the most up-to-date information before you get on that airplane and go to that destination. All right, number 2, and this one is just as important because I've had this happen. Have you ever planned your vacation and you're so excited, and then about 2 weeks before somebody mentions something about a passport and you go, oh my God, it expires in a week. That happens all the time. Know when your passport expires. If it expires in 6 months of when you're leaving and when you're coming back, so say you're coming back in August, if it expires 6 months from then, or within 6 months from them, you have to renew your passport. You cannot travel within 6 months of the expiration of your passport. So if you are planning a trip this year and you've not looked at your passport, make sure you do and apply for your passport right now. Now, here's the thing. If you're applying for a brand new passport, it is taking 10 to 12 weeks to get your passport. There's no expedited option available for new passports. Unfortunately, there used to be. Right now, there's not because of COVID. If you are applying for a renewal passport, you can do expedited, but their expedited is still 4 to 6 weeks. So just know that if you are going to travel this year, if you're renewing, it's going to be the smallest time you can get it is 4 to 6 weeks, or it could be up to 10 to 12 weeks. So plan ahead. Know when your passport is expiring. All right, number 3 is when you're planning any vacation is to know where to get your research, know where to get valuable information. And there are a few places that I like to go for that. One is right here on YouTube. There are so many videos about specific destinations that will actually show you video of the location and give you some really great ideas. So this is an excellent place to go. The other place, and my favorite place when you are researching, for instance, airfare and trying to find the best airline pricing, is Google Flights, and I have a million videos of those, so I'll go ahead and link those as well if you'd like to learn more about all the tips and tricks for Google Flights. If you're looking at hotels, I also recommend Google Hotels because they do the same thing as they do with flights. They bring in all the pricing from all over the web and give it to you in a nice, easy format, and it has a lot of tools to help you be able to take a look and decide what is the best location for you. And then also looking at Airbnb and Vrbo and comparing those and seeing if there's anything like that that might be a better option for you. Those are always excellent places for research. And then the final place I like to look is always actual reviews on places such as TripAdvisor, so you can get some real life feedback on the places that you're going and feel confident that you're choosing the right location, the right hotel for your needs, and the right activities too. They actually review activities as well. A little side note on that, once you've decided on a hotel or location, call ahead and talk to the concierge at your hotel, or if you're doing Airbnb or a Vrbo, call and talk to your host because they have loads of information on your destination and can give you all those little hidden places to go and see and fantastic things to do, but they can also tell you about safety concerns, money concerns, water concerns, things like that. So always call ahead and ask somebody on the ground in that destination for all the little tips and tricks that'll make your vacation spectacular. All right, number 4 is knowing when and where to buy. So I talked about this in that previous video, and again, I'm going to link it up here somewhere, and for sure I'll link it in the description below. But knowing when to buy, tracking your pricing, and knowing when is the best time. When are prices low? Don't be buying, obviously, when they're really, really high. And I don't mean just, hey, they're high in August, so I won't go in August. I mean, when you buy it, at this moment in time, prices have a trend of either being up or down, even if you're not flying until the future. Track that. Know when it's low and it's a good time to buy, and buy it at that moment. And again, those videos that I mentioned talk about this and show you how to do that. The other thing is knowing where to buy. So for instance, airfare. If you are looking on Google Flights, one thing that you'll see at the end is it'll show you what the best price is for the flight you're looking for, but also it'll show you where to go to get that price. Make sure you're going to that place and optimizing and getting it at the absolute best price available for when you're buying it. Okay, and then number 5 is know when to use a travel agent or when to consult a travel agent. So especially right now during COVID and within the next couple of years, there are so many things that are so topsy-turvy, it really could be beneficial for you to refer to a professional and get actual professional advice on what it is that you're doing. Whether that is actually having a travel agent plan your entire trip, which a lot of people do, and that is an excellent way to go, if I do say so myself. Being a travel agent, I of course recommend that. Or you could also use a service like our website where you can learn all of the tips and tricks about how to plan a vacation, but also have a travel advisor help desk so you can ask those questions. So if you don't want a travel agent to do the whole thing, you can at least have somebody you can ask questions, but you're still taking care of everything yourself. It's always good to have professional backup and to be able to ask questions so that you don't forget anything, you find the best price, and you don't miss out on something very vital, such as all of these COVID problems that we're having and preparing for those. The other thing you do is to keep watching this channel, because that's what this channel is about, is sharing our professional tips with you so that you can plan more amazing vacations and just simply make vacation planning easier. Alrighty, so the next step is to take a look at these videos if you're planning a vacation, especially this top one has some amazing tips that you really need to know if you're traveling this year. And other than that, I wish you bon voyage, and thank you so much for stopping by. If you can, give us that thumbs up, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.